Welcome back to our channel. You know that old is gold, but these coins that are most valuable. You are lucky if you have one of these. Please watch complete video. Let's start this. We're talking about the legendary 1983 P. Washington quarter. Yes, the one that could be worth up to $1.7 million. You might have one of these in your possession right now, and not even know its true value. First, let's understand what makes this coin special. The 1983 Washington quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. That's what the little P mint mark means, right on the front of the coin near Washington's ponytail. Now, 1983 might not sound like an ancient year, but here's the thing: 1983 was a critical year in U.S. coinage history. Due to a recession, the U.S. Mint didn't release official mint sets that year. That means no high-quality collector versions were available, only what went into circulation. No mint sets in 1982 or 1983. Only circulated coins exist. So why could a simple 1983 P quarter be worth over $1 million? It all comes down to strike quality, condition, and die errors. Most of these quarters were heavily used. But in extraordinary cases, a 1983 P quarter survived in pristine condition, or better yet, shows major die errors like doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet flaws. High-grade coin with full strike and sharp details combine rarity, demand, and collector obsession. And suddenly you've got a coin that sells for hundreds of thousands, or even over $1 million. Now let's talk about the $1.7 million valuation you've probably seen online or in the news. This price is often tied to hypothetical or private collectors' valuations for a flawless 1983 P quarter, the kind that's almost unheard of. It's based on auction speculation, extreme rarity, and desirability among elite coin collectors. A perfect MS-70 with unique errors could fetch a life-changing price. While no confirmed public auction sale has hit $1.7 million, coins from 1983 have sold for over $15,000 to $40,000 depending on their grade and rarity. Okay, let's get practical. What should you look for? Go check your coin jars, drawers, or inherited collections and look for the following features. 1983 date with P mint mark no visible wear, sharp strike, clean edges, double die errors, especially on In God We Trust, off-center strike or planchet flaws, full mint luster, use a magnifier or loupe to look for doubling, or weak edges. Those are signs of rare mint errors. And don't forget, coins in mint condition, often graded MS-65 or higher by PCGS or NGC, are the most valuable. Here's what to do next. Don't clean it. That lowers the value. Take clear, close-up photos. Get it graded by PCGS or NGC. Contact reputable coin dealers or auction houses listed on platforms like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections. Even if your quarter isn't worth millions, it could still fetch $500, $1,000, or more if it's a high-grade error coin. So, go ahead and check your old coins today, especially those 1983 P Washington quarters. You might just be sitting on a small fortune. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with someone who collects coins. Let's help more people discover the value in their change. Hit the bell so you never miss another video on rare coins and valuable finds. Could you be sitting on a fortune and not even know it? What if I told you that a regular-looking quarter from 1992, yes, just 25 cents, could be worth $1.6 million today? That's exactly what happened with a rare 1992 D Washington quarter. And in this video, I'll explain how to spot one, why it's worth so much, and what to do if you think you've got one of these hidden treasures. This coin right here is a Washington quarter minted in 1992 at the Denver Mint. That's the D mint mark you'll see on the front, just below Washington's ponytail. But here's the twist. Most of these coins are only worth face value. What made one single coin worth over $1 million? The answer is in a very rare minting error. It's called a close AM reverse. What makes this coin so valuable? Most 1992 quarters have what's called a wide AM, where the letters A and M in America are spaced apart. But on the rare close AM version, the A and M are nearly touching, a design intended for proof coins but accidentally used on a small batch of circulation coins. That mistake makes this quarter extremely rare. In fact, only a few have ever been found, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. One of these coins sold for a staggering $1.6 million in a private sale. How to check your quarters: look for any 1992 quarters with a D mint mark. Flip it over and look closely at the word America on the back. If the A and M are almost touching, you may have struck gold, or at least silver. Use a magnifying glass or even the zoom on your smartphone to inspect it carefully. Why collectors go crazy over mint errors? Mint errors like the 1992 D close AM are so valuable because they're unintentional. They weren't supposed to exist. That rarity makes them incredibly appealing to collectors. Just like a misprinted baseball card or a double-struck postage stamp, these coins become legendary. What to do if you find 1 inch now? If you think you've found one of these rare quarters, here's what to do next. Leave it just the way it is. Get it authenticated and graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. Reach out to professional coin dealers or auction houses like Heritage Auctions. Do your homework, but also know you may be sitting on a life-changing coin. Other valuable quarters to look for, and the 1992 D isn't the only quarter worth big bucks. Here are a few others you should keep an eye out for. Listen, if you're between the ages of 30 and 70, chances are you have a box, a drawer, or a jar full of old coins somewhere in the house. Maybe they belong to your parents. Maybe you've just been tossing them into a bowl for years. Now's the time to take a second look, because something that looks like just another quarter could actually change your life. Could a coin in your pocket or tucked away in an old drawer be worth over $1.6 million? If you have a 1991 Washington quarter with a P mint mark, stop what you're doing. This might be the most important video you'll watch today. The average 1991 P Washington quarter is worth only 25 cents. Right? Wrong, at least in some rare cases. One extremely rare variety of this coin recently made headlines when it was valued at over $1.6 million by experts and auction houses. So what makes this version of the quarter so special? The P stands for Philadelphia Mint, which produced millions of these coins. The $1 million version likely features a rare double die, misstrike, or high-grade mint error that was caught early in production. The coin is often in MS 67 or higher. That's mint state, meaning flawless or nearly flawless condition. There might only be 1 or 2 of these coins in perfect condition with these rare errors, making them incredibly sought after by collectors. Now you're probably asking, how do I know if my 1991 P quarter is the jackpot coin? Great question. Here's what to look for. Flip the coin. It should read 1991 with a small P mint mark on the right side of Washington's ponytail. Look for a coin that looks untouched, shiny, and free from scratches. Coins graded MS 67 to MS 70 are the most valuable. Double die. Letters or numbers appear slightly doubled, especially on Liberty or In God We Trust. Off-center strike. The coin's design is not centered properly. Die cracks or cuds. Random raised lines or blobs from a cracked die. Let's talk about the story behind the $1.6 million price tag. Why would a 25-cent coin command that kind of money? A private collector purchased a nearly perfect specimen through a rare coin auction. Experts authenticated the coin using grading services like PCGS or NGC. Its combination of grade, rarity, and error type made it a once-in-a-generation find. Insert a dramatic reenactment or graphic showing an auction room with a hammer slamming down, sold for $1,620,000. These aren't just coins, they're historical artifacts, and collectors will pay handsomely for them. If you think you might have a valuable 1991 P quarter, here's what you need to do next. Inspect your coins carefully. Grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Check your old change jars, coin albums, or even inherited collections. Get it graded professionally. Use a service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. They'll authenticate and grade your coin officially. Don't sell to just anyone. Avoid pawn shops or we buy gold stores. Consider listing on reputable auction sites like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. Talk to a numismatist. These are certified coin experts who can give you a true appraisal. Before you give away your spare change or cash in old coins, double-check your quarters. especially the 1991p. Who knows? You might be holding on to a $1.6 million treasure and not even know it. Hit like if you found this helpful, subscribe for more tips on valuable coins, and share this video with someone who might be sitting on a gold mine. And remember, it's not just a quarter. It could be your ticket to a fortune. Outro music with coin images and links to related videos. Do you have a 1995 D Washington quarter dollar just sitting in a drawer or an old coin jar? If so, you might be sitting on a gold mine, literally, because one of these ordinary-looking coins has sold for a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that most of us would overlook as just 25 cents is now one of the most valuable quarters ever sold. In this video, we'll break down why this coin is so valuable, how to tell if you have it, and what to do next if you do. Let's start with the basics. The 1995 Washington quarter was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver. If your coin has a small D under the eagle on the back, that means it was minted in Denver. But what makes this specific 1995 D quarter so incredibly valuable isn't just the mint mark. It's the error and condition. The $1.3 million coin wasn't your everyday quarter. It was struck with a major minting error, which collectors refer to as a double die or a mule error, something extremely rare. Combine that with a perfect or near-perfect condition, and you've got a collector's dream. So here's how to check if your 1995 D quarter is the $1 million variety. Check the mint mark, flip the coin. Look for a small D just beneath the eagle's tail.
No D.
Then it's from Philadelphia and not part of this story. Look for errors. Now look closely, really closely. Use a magnifying glass if needed. What you want to find are doubling effects on the coin, especially on the words Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date. The grade, collectors and auction houses value coins based on their grade, how well the coin has been preserved. Grades range from poor, P1, all the way up to mint state 70, MS 70. It was in nearly flawless condition, graded MS 68, which is almost unheard of for coins still in circulation. In 2023, one pristine 1995 D Washington quarter with a unique error was sold at a private auction for $1.3 million. Why such a high price? Because it was one of a kind. No other 1995 D quarter matched its error pattern and its remarkable condition. This shows us something incredible. Even modern coins, if rare enough, can be worth more than a Ferrari. Here's what to do next. Get it authenticated. Send your coin to a reputable grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. These companies will verify the authenticity and condition of your coin. Take high-quality photos before you send it out. Take detailed photos of both sides of the coin. You may want to get a professional appraiser's opinion first. Auction or sell, if it's the real deal, your next stop is a major auction house, like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. They specialize in high-value coins and have the network to get you the best price. Here's the thing, that old jar of coins your parents or grandparents had, it might be worth more than you think. The rare 1995 D quarter is proof that valuable treasures can be hiding in plain sight. Before you cash in your change at the grocery store, take a few minutes and check your quarters, especially the ones from the 90s. And if you're serious about finding rare coins, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. I post videos weekly on valuable coins, coin collecting tips, and how to sell them for the highest price. Like this video if you learned something new. Drop a comment if you have a 1995 D quarter. I'd love to hear about it. And don't forget to check out the description below for links to grading services and auction houses. Hey there, treasure hunters and coin lovers. If you've got an old jar of coins lying around or inherited some change from grandma, you're going to want to check those quarters. Because one specific 1979 D Washington quarter is rumored to be worth up to $1.6 million. That's right. A single coin could change your life. In today's video, I'll walk you through why this quarter is special, what to look for, and how you can figure out if your 1979 D quarter is worth more than face value. Maybe a lot more. Let's start with the basics. The 1979 Washington quarter is a common coin. It features George Washington on the obverse, that's the front, and the eagle design on the reverse. It was minted in Denver, hence the little D mint mark on the front. In total, the Denver Mint produced over 489 million of these quarters in 1979. So by itself, the coin isn't rare. But not all coins are created equal. There's one particular 1979 D quarter that has caught national attention, reportedly selling for an astronomical $1.6 million. Yes, that's real. But here's the catch. It's not just any 1979 D. It has some extremely rare features. So what makes this one quarter worth millions? It all comes down to a combination of three things: minting error, condition, and rarity. Compass 1. Minting error. The $1 million 1979 D quarter is believed to have a major mint error, possibly a double die, an off-center strike, or even a transitional error where the coin planchet wasn't standard. Condition, MS68 plus. The second factor is grade. We're talking about coins graded MS68 or higher. That's mint state, essentially a coin that looks like it just left the mint yesterday. Coins like that are incredibly rare, especially from the 70s. Rarity plus auction history. Lastly, the coin that supposedly sold for $1.6 million did so at a private auction, and some believe it may have had unique provenance, possibly owned by a celebrity or part of a legendary collection. While the details are scarce, it's created a buzz that makes collectors look twice at their old change. Now here's the exciting part. How do you know if you've got the golden goose in your collection? Check the mint mark, flip the coin, and look just to the right of Washington's ponytail. You should see a tiny. Look for errors. Grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look for doubling in the letters or numbers, off-center strikes, unusual metal or coloring, no ridges or blank planchets. Evaluate condition. If your coin has no scratches, no wear, and has a shiny finish, you may be looking at a high-grade specimen. Anything MS66 or above could fetch hundreds to thousands, and MS68 plus? You're in elite territory. Get it graded. Consider sending your coin to PCGS or NGC, the two most respected coin grading services. It's not free, but worth it if you suspect you've got something special. Let's talk numbers. What's the market saying in 2025? 25 cents to $1, around $10 to $20, $100 to $300, $3, $000, $5, $000 to $10, $000 plus up to $1.6 million, but extremely rare. So while most 1979 D quarters aren't going to buy you a Ferrari, there's a small chance you've got a coin worth thousands or more. If you've got a stash of old coins, don't overlook the 1979 D quarter. One lucky coin hunter could still stumble upon a piece worth 6 or 7 figures. If you learned something new today, give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more coin collecting secrets and hidden treasure stories. And don't forget to leave a comment. What's the most valuable coin you've ever found? I reply to every coin question down below. We're diving deep into the world of coins, and not just any coin. The 1967 no mint mark Washington quarter that's rumored to be worth as much as $1.4 million. Yes, you heard that right. So, if you've got an old jar of coins or some quarters lying around, don't go anywhere. You might be sitting on a hidden treasure. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss more videos like this. Let's start with the basics. The Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932, featuring George Washington on the obverse. Now, the 1967 quarter is part of a unique period in U.S. coin history. Due to a national coin shortage in the mid-1960s, the U.S. Mint made some drastic changes. No mint marks were used between 1965 and 1967. Silver content was removed from quarters in 1965. And quality control was loosened in some areas to meet demand. That combination created some rare and unusual varieties, some of which have turned out to be incredibly valuable. Now, not every 1967 quarter is worth a fortune. In fact, most are worth face value 25 cents. But here's what sets the valuable ones apart. These include double dies, off-center strikes, and coins struck on the wrong planchet, like a nickel or silver planchet. Coins graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC can fetch thousands of dollars. Some quarters have gained value simply because of their myth or media attention, like the one that sold for $1.40 million. Now, that $1.4 million coin? It was reportedly a 1967 quarter with a rare error and in near-perfect mint state condition, graded MS68 or better, making it possibly unique. So, how can you tell if your 1967 quarter might be valuable? Is it off-center? Are there double images, especially on the date or lettering? Is there a silver-looking edge instead of the typical copper-nickel layers?
No scratches. Nowhere?
You might have a high-grade piece. Weigh it. A regular 1967 quarter should weigh 5.67 grams. Anything heavier or lighter could be struck on the wrong planchet. If you're unsure, take it to a coin dealer or send it to be graded by PCGS or NGC, two of the most trusted grading services. Still worth about 25 cents. Around $25 to $50. Between $600 and $2,000. Can range from a few hundred to tens of thousands. This is where that $1.4 million figure comes from. But it's extremely rare. Possibly even a one-of-a-kind coin, so while most won't fetch millions, there's still real money to be made. If you think you've got a valuable 1967 quarter, here's what to do next. Don't clean it. That can destroy its value. Place it in a soft holder or flip to protect it. Start with a trusted local coin dealer or send it to PCGS/NGC. Check eBay, Heritage Auctions, and other platforms. Online forums like CoinTalk or Reddit's r/coins can offer guidance. A little knowledge can go a long way. And even if your coin isn't the $1 million one, it could still be a nice payday. So there you have it. The 1967 no-mint mark Washington quarter might just be the hidden gem in your collection. While not every coin is worth a fortune, knowing what to look for can make all the difference. Have you ever found a valuable coin in your change? Let us know in the comments. Like this video if you learned something new, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips on valuable coins, collecting secrets, and hidden treasures. Did you know that a single quarter from 1968, just 25 cents, could make you a millionaire? I'm not joking. There's one ultra-rare 1968 Washington quarter that recently hit a mind-blowing $1.3 million in the collector's market. And today, I'll show you exactly how to spot this coin, what makes it so valuable, and how you might cash in if you have one just like it. If you've been holding on to old coins from your pocket change or family heirlooms, this video might just change your life. The 1968 Washington quarter, normally not rare at all, can become a gold mine if it's missing something very specific. This one tiny detail is the missing mint mark. And it's what makes one specific 1968 quarter worth over $1.3 million. Let's break it down. Every U.S. coin is made at a mint. In 1968, quarters were made in Denver and San Francisco. They usually have a little letter, D for Denver or S for San Francisco, right here. But the coin worth $1.3 million has no mint mark at all. That means it wasn't supposed to exist. In 1968, quarters without a mint mark weren't produced, or so we thought. That's what makes this so rare. Only one known example of a 1968 no mint mark quarter struck on a business strike planchet has ever been found. It was likely an accidental strike at the Philadelphia Mint, where coins didn't get marked back then. But 1968 business strike quarters from Philly weren't supposed to be made at all. When it showed up, collectors went crazy. Experts confirmed it's not a proof coin, not altered, and not fake. It's a real mint error. That kind of mistake is like hitting the lottery. And because it's the only one known, it's considered priceless by some collectors. But the current market value? A staggering $1.3 million. Here's the part you've been waiting for. How can you tell if your 1968 quarter is the $1 million one? Look at the front obverse of the coin. Check just to the right of Washington's ponytail. Do you see a D or S? If there's no mint mark, don't get too excited yet. Next, check the coin's finish. Is it mirror-like? If so, it's likely a proof from San Francisco. You need a business strike, regular finish without any mint mark. If you have that, then it's time to call a grading company like PCGS or NGC right away. Before you list your coin on eBay for $1 million, hold on. There are some common traps. On-screen checklist. Fake coins, worn-off mint marks, proofs mistaken for errors. Many coins have mint marks that wear off over time. Those don't count. Some 1968 quarters from San Francisco have no mint mark, but they're proof coins, not rare. And yes, counterfeiters try to fake this error, so you need expert verification. Always get your coin authenticated by a certified grading service before making big claims. Right now, the rare coin market is hot. Baby boomers and Gen X collectors are pushing prices sky high. Rare mint errors like this are in demand, and auctions have never been more competitive. Collectors want what nobody else has, and a one-of-a-kind coin like this is basically the crown jewel. So if you're sitting on a box of old coins from the attic, your dad's jar of change, or even your own collection, check those quarters. Especially the ones from 1968. And if you think you found something, don't wait. Get it graded. You could be holding onto a life-changing treasure. We're diving into the fascinating story behind the 1998 P Mint Mark Washington quarter, why it's so valuable, and how to check if your coin could be worth a fortune. If you're between the ages of 30 and 70 and thinking about selling some old coins, you don't want to miss this one. Let's start with the basics. The 1998 Washington quarter was part of the final run before the U.S. Mint introduced the popular 50-state quarters program in 1999. These coins were struck in Philadelphia. That's the P Mint mark, in Denver, the D Mint mark. The obverse shows President George Washington's profile, and the reverse features the traditional eagle-designed in normal condition. Most 1998 P quarters are worth 25 cents. Maybe a few dollars if in uncirculated condition, so how does one end up being worth $1.40 million? Rare minting errors and condition. The record-breaking 1998 P quarter sold for over $1.4 million due to extremely rare minting error, flawless condition, graded MS-70, and most importantly, demand from collectors. This particular coin had a misstrike that involved proof die usage on a circulation coin, which is almost unheard of. Pair that with perfect luster, no scratches, and expert certification, and you've got a once-in-a-lifetime coin. Check for the P Mint mark on the front, right side of Washington. Look for unusual features. Doubled images, off-center strikes, missing elements. Examine the coin's condition, scratches, wear, and discoloration. Reduce value. Use a 10x magnifier or jeweler's loupe for details. Weigh the coin. If it's not 5.67 grams, something might be off, which could be a good thing. And of course, always compare with online photos of known error coins. Don't clean the coin. It lowers value instantly. Get a professional appraisal. Try PCGS or NGC, two of the top grading companies. Consider reaching out to auction houses like Heritage Auctions. Compare your coin's details with verified sales online. Join a coin collectors forum to get feedback from others. Even if your quarter isn't worth $1.40 million, it could still bring in hundreds or thousands. Don't stop at the 1998 quarter, where thousands up to $6,000 worth over $30,000. Coins are more than spare change. They're hidden history, and sometimes hidden treasure. So, could you have a 1998 quarter worth millions? Maybe. And even if not, you might have something else just as exciting. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who collects coins or has a coffee can full of old quarters. Bellhop bell, and don't forget to turn on notifications for more videos on rare coins and what they're worth in today's market. Did you know that a single quarter from 1965, yes, just 25 cents, could be worth up to $1.4 million today? If you're over 30, there's a good chance you've held one in your hands without even realizing it. Today, we're diving into the story of the rare and incredibly valuable 1965 no mint mark Washington quarter dollar. Let's start with a bit of history. In 1965, the U.S. Mint made a major change. Due to rising silver prices, they stopped making quarters out of 90% silver. Instead, they switched to a copper-nickel composition, just like the ones we use today. But here's the twist. Some quarters from 1965 were mistakenly struck on silver planchets, the leftover metal blanks meant for the 1964 silver coins. These silver quarters from 1965 are incredibly rare, and that's where the huge value comes from. Now, you're probably wondering, How can you tell if your 1965 quarter is worth more than just 25 cents? Here are the signs to look for. No mint mark. All 1965 quarters were made at the Philadelphia Mint, and coins from Philly back then didn't have a mint mark. So a missing mint mark is normal for this year. It's not what makes it rare. Weight test. Here's the real clue. Silver quarters weigh about 6.25 grams, while copper nickel ones weigh 5.67 grams. So if your 1965 quarter weighs over 6 grams on a precise scale, you might have struck silver, literally. Edge test. Look at the coin's edge. A silver quarter will appear solid silver, no copper line. If you don't see a copper ring, that's another clue you've got something special. Use a jeweler's scale or go to a local coin shop for help. Let's talk numbers. In recent years, a 1965 silver quarter sold at auction for $7,050. But in private sales, especially among elite collectors, some extremely rare examples with full silver planchets and perfect condition have reportedly reached values of up to $1.4 million. That's right. A quarter you might find in an old coin jar, tucked away in a drawer, could be worth more than a house. Graded coins, especially those rated MS-67 or higher, bring in the biggest money. MS means mint state, and the higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Search your old coin jars, wallets, and purses from the 60s and 70s. Look for 1965 quarters with no copper edge and a higher weight. Take the coin to a reputable coin dealer or send it to a grading company like PCGS or NGC. You can also list your coin for auction on platforms like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections, where serious collectors are ready to pay top dollar. If you're unsure, you can even get a free appraisal from certain coin dealers online or locally. If you're between 30 and 70, chances are your parents, or even you, may have saved coins from the 60s. Don't let them sit forgotten in a drawer. One lucky find could change everything. Always check the weight. Inspect the edge. Get a second opinion before selling, and never clean your coins. It can reduce their value. Speech balloon. Have you ever found a rare coin? Let me know in the comments below. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, your trusted place for coin collecting, coin values, and how you can turn your old change into real cash. If you're between the ages of 30 and 70 and you've got a jar full of coins, you might be sitting on a gold mine. Today's video is all about a 1998 D Washington quarter that reportedly sold, or was listed, for $1.7 million. Sounds too good to be true? Let's dig into the facts, see if it's real, and find out how much your 1998 D quarter could really be worth. Yes, you heard that right, $1.7 million for a single quarter. But here's the real question. Could your quarter be worth that much? Or is it just another internet rumor gone wild? Stick around as we break down what makes coins like this valuable, how to spot rare features, and what your 1998 D quarter is actually worth in today's market. The 1998 Washington quarter was minted just before the U.S. Mint began the famous state quarter series in 1999. The D Mint mark means it was struck in Denver. In 1998, over 821 million quarters were minted with the D mark, so on the surface it's not rare at all. But as coin collectors know, rarity alone isn't the only factor. Sometimes it's errors, high-grade condition, or unique characteristics that make a coin skyrocket in value. So why all the buzz about $1.7 million? Here's what we found. A few online listings, especially on platforms like eBay or collector forums, have shown 1998 D quarters listed for outrageous prices. Double die obverse, DDO, where the design looks doubled. Off-center strikes or clipped planchets. Errors during the minting process. Struck on the wrong planchet, for example, a quarter design struck on a dime-sized blank. Just because a coin is listed for $1.7 million doesn't mean anyone will buy it. Many of these listings are speculative or downright scams trying to attract attention. According to reputable auction houses like Heritage Auctions, the highest actual sales for rare error 1998 D quarters are typically in the hundreds or low thousands, not millions. So, how much is a realistic value for your 1998 D quarter? Common circulation condition, 25 cents. That's right, face value. Around $1 to $5 might fetch $10, $30 rare but possible. Could sell for $300 to $600 with error. Confirmed and certified can sell for $100 to $2,000 plus, depending on the error. If you really want to know if your coin is valuable, you need to look for minting errors like doubling or misstrikes. Check the coin's condition. The fewer scratches and nicks, the better. Get it professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC. If you think you've got something special, here's how to go about selling it. Take clear, close-up photos of both sides. Do not clean the coin. It actually reduces its value. Post it on collector forums for opinions. Get it graded by a professional. This is key for high-value sales. Heritage auctions grade collection spay with caution, or take it to a local coin dealer for an in-person appraisal. Be wary of anyone claiming your coin is worth millions without even seeing it. Watch out for websites offering to buy your coins fast, but never giving you a firm quote. Avoid anyone asking for upfront money to evaluate your coin. Just because something is listed online for $1.7 million doesn't mean it's worth that much. Value comes from actual sales, not wishful thinking. The 1998 D Washington quarter is mostly common, but if you have a rare minting error or a high-grade specimen, it could be worth hundreds or even a few $1,000s. Drop a comment below if you have one of these coins, or better yet, send us a clear photo and we'll help you identify it.